welcome back to our channel. Every week you will witness the creepy secrets and unexpected shocks from the cases hidden behind seemingly peaceful doors. Behind the glitter of a wealthy family is a cold conspiracy that will take your breath away. The story of Bill and Dani will make you ask yourself, do you really know who the person who used to sleep next to you every night is? Bill started a seemingly normal day, but the feeling of discomfort crept into every muscle. A dull pain in his abdomen that lasted all night made him wake up many times. Cold sweat broke out on his forehead. When the morning light penetrated through the thick curtains, he no longer had enough strength to sit up. His body was limp, and nausea rose continuously. Everything blurred in his vision. And then the sound of an ambulance siren echoed throughout the neighborhood when the neighbors discovered him unconscious in the living room. Bill was admitted to the hospital in critical condition, and doctors repeatedly checked him and quickly identified signs of high-level mercury poisoning. The amount of mercury found in his blood and liver far exceeded the level that a normal person could accidentally come into contact with. There was no sign that this was the result of the environment or naturally contaminated food. Each test result was like a knife stabbing deep into the suspicion that was rising in the hospital's investigation team's head. The police quickly got involved after receiving the medical report. They began to narrow down those who had been in close contact with Bill recently. The trail led them to the luxurious villa of Dani, Bill's ex-wife, which used to be a home but now became a land of resentment and buried secrets. Even though they were divorced, the connection between the two never completely ended. Bill and Dani still met on a few occasions, mostly related to property and unfinished joint investments. Witnesses said that over the past month or so, Dani had been reaching out to Bill more frequently, sometimes even bringing him food and drinks herself, citing concern over recent financial events. Financial records were reviewed. Police discovered a suspicious transaction. Dani had just purchased a multi-million-dollar life insurance policy, naming herself as the beneficiary, just weeks before Bill was hospitalized. The policy stated that Bill's death from any cause would trigger the huge payout. Furthermore, emails and text messages recovered from Dani's phone revealed strange reminders about timing and careful preparation, although there was no direct reference to criminal behavior. The investigation team decided to follow Dani silently. They set up hidden cameras around the villa, recording every movement. One evening, when Dani thought she was alone, she opened a large wooden cabinet in her office and carefully took out a small glass bottle containing a silvery liquid. The technician identified it as pure mercury. She placed the bottle in a metal box, locked it, and put it in a secret drawer in the bottom corner. This action was clearly recorded, becoming direct evidence of the police's suspicions. A search warrant was issued. When the police raided the villa, Dani was in the kitchen, calmly making a cup of tea. Her face showed no surprise, as if she had expected this. During the search, they found a carefully hidden vial of mercury, along with a stack of financial documents and a property division contract with a special clause. All real estate, stocks, and liquid assets would go to Dani if Bill died before the joint investments were liquidated. This condition was signed just days before the life insurance policy was activated. As the evidence was laid out, a cold and calculating picture emerged. Investigators reconstructed the entire process. Dani had thoroughly researched the toxicity of mercury, purchased it from a black market source under the guise of chemical research, and gradually introduced it into Bill's diet in increasing doses so as not to immediately arouse suspicion. The goal was to slowly deteriorate Bill's health, to the point where by the time serious symptoms appeared, it would be too late to save him. Bill's hospitalization was expected. But Dani didn't count on the hospital quickly determining the cause and alerting the police, while Bill was still in the recovery room, fighting for his breath. The police continued to expand their investigation into the couple's assets and potential debts. They discovered that Dani was in serious financial trouble. Her real estate investments had just lost millions of dollars, and many creditors were clamoring for money. Bill's life insurance and ownership of all of his assets were her only way out of bankruptcy. Electronic traces showed that Dani had contacted at least 2 financial advisors to discuss asset restructuring shortly after Bill died, even though he was still healthy. The deeper the investigation team dug, the more they realized that Dani did not act on a whim but had planned meticulously for months. She chose a toxin that would be difficult to detect without in-depth testing, and arranged legal factors to ensure the inheritance went smoothly. This coldness and calculation down to every detail made even veteran investigators shudder. Not only stopping at collecting evidence. The police also found in Dani's safe a notebook meticulously recording the schedule of meetings with Bill, the amount of poison used, and his health reactions after each exposure. Each page of the notebook was like a death diary, reflecting terrifying patience. That scene made the investigators stop for a few minutes to calm down before continuing their work. Dani was arrested that night, her face still cold, not a single tear. When she was escorted to the car, she looked back at the villa as if looking at a battlefield left behind. In the recovery room, Bill did not know that all the secrets had been exposed, that the person who had sworn to be with him forever was the one who pushed him to the brink of death. The case of Bill and Dani ended with a series of unanswered questions. Will Bill have the strength to return to face the woman who has been his whole life? How much will Dani pay for the meticulously prepared evil plan? And is this really the end or just part of a larger crime picture waiting to be revealed? All the answers will be available only on our channel. Follow and subscribe now to not miss any of the next shocking developments.